Hey, this is Derek with Automatic Door and Hardware. In this video, we're going to walk through a control adjustments and overview for a Besam UniSlide automatic sliding door operator. We'll start by looking at the internal adjustments and then move on to dip switch, settings, fuses, and wiring connections. The first step is to access the control. Open the header and remove the control cover. Once the cover is off, you'll have access to the adjustment potentiometers, dip switches, and wiring terminals. Let's begin with the adjustment potentiometers. Starting from the far left, the first potentiometer is labeled HSO, which stands for high speed opening. This adjustment controls how fast the door opens during the main portion of its travel. Next to that is HSC, or high speed closing. This controls the closing speed of the door during the main closing cycle. The third potentiometer is labeled LS, which represents low speed, also known as the check speed. This setting affects both open check and close check speeds, allowing you to fine-tune how gently the door slows down near the open and close positions. The fourth potentiometer is labeled CSW, which stands for check switch distance. This controls how much distance the door travels in check. In other words, you can adjust whether the door checks for just a few inches or several feet before reaching the full open or closed position. Below these adjustments, you'll see a potentiometer labeled TD, which stands for time delay. This adjustment controls how long the door remains open before it begins to close. Near the potentiometers, you'll also see a white button labeled LB, which is the Learn button. This button is used to initiate the Learn cycle when setting up or reinitializing the UniSlide operator. Next to the Learn button is a row of 8 dip switches, which control various configuration options for the operator. We'll go through each of those next. Now let's go through the dip switches, starting from left to right. Dip switch 1 controls the belt travel direction. If you need to change the handing of the operator, you would flip this switch either up or down to reverse the belt direction. Dip switch 2 is for lock configuration. This determines whether the lock is locked with power or locked without power, which is the same as fail secure versus fail safe. Dip switch 3 controls the lock release, sometimes referred to as a lock check function. With this enabled, the door will briefly power close to confirm the lock has released before opening. Dip switch 4 sets the presence detection type. This determines whether the system is using normally open or normally closed presence detection devices. Dip switch 5 selects the emergency unit type. This setting tells the control whether the operator is equipped with an electrical emergency unit or a mechanical emergency unit. Dip switch 6 controls emergency unit monitoring. If the emergency unit is monitored, this switch should be turned on. If it is not monitored, it should be turned off. Dip switch 7 is for inner impulse monitoring, which applies primarily to older Besam sensors, known as ultraview sensors. This switch is generally not used with most modern sensors. Dip switch 8 is the power close feature. When enabled, the control applies voltage to the motor to keep the door closed at all times. This feature is useful in applications where the door may creep open due to external forces, such as on ships or structures that move or vibrate. That completes the dip switch configuration. Next, we'll take a look at the fuse and wiring connections on the control. Next, let's talk about the main control fuse. On the front of the control box, near the center of the cover, you'll find a fuse holder. Unscrew the cap, and inside you'll see a 6.3 amp main control fuse. This fuse protects the control and should be checked anytime the operator appears to have no power. Now let's review the activation, safety, and breakout circuits. For activation, pins 1 and 2 provide an activation input for interior activation devices, such as an inside motion sensor or push plate. Pins 4 and 5 provide an activation input for exterior activation devices, such as an outside motion sensor. The safety circuit is located on pins 10 and 11, and also on pins 10 and 12, depending on how the safety devices are wired. These inputs are used for present sensors and other safety equipment designed to prevent the door from closing on a person or object. The telephone-style connector you see on the control is connected to the multi-position switch, typically a 5-position switch. This is where the function switch plugs into the control. The breakout circuit is located on pins 10 and 13. This is a normally open breakout circuit that monitors the breakout condition of the door. Finally, let's look at the red LED indicator on the control. When the LED is solid, it indicates normal operation and confirms the control has power. If the LED is flashing, it indicates an error condition. The number of flashes corresponds to a specific error code, which can be used for troubleshooting. Understanding these adjustments, switches, and wiring connections gives you the foundation needed to properly set up, adjust, and troubleshoot a Besam UniSlide automatic sliding door operator. This is Derek with Automatic Door and Hardware. Thanks for watching.